What's up there, YouTube? It's Gores here, giving you guys a combo tutorial for my Tenyi deck. A couple of people have been asking, how do I play Tenyis? What do I do? What am I doing with this deck? So I'm just going to show you guys a couple of the must-know combos and then let you guys fool around with the deck a little bit for yourselves. But for the first combo, all you need is a Vessel and a Tenyi Spirit Chithana, or any other Tenyi monster that is not Ashuna. So first thing you're going to do is you are going to summon out your Tenyi monster. Then you are going to link it off into your Monk of the Tenyi. Now that you've summoned the Monk, when we activate the Vessel, we will be able to send our Mermere. So, and obviously with this hand you could do more. You can summon the Parallel Exceed and then get Baguska, but for the sake of the combo, we are just going to go through and do the regular play. So we're going to activate the Vessel of the Dragon Cycle, Vessel for the Dragon Cycle, and we are going to send our Mermere to the graveyard. And since we control a non-effect monster, we get to resolve the second effect of Vessel and grab our Tenyi Spirit Ashuna. The next thing we are going to do is activate the effect of Ashuna to special summon the Ashuna. The next thing we are going to do is we are going to link summon our Shaman of the Tenyi. Now, all you need here is a card to discard, so you just need the Vessel, any Tenyi, and any card. So we're going to use the Shaman, and we'll discard the Parallel Exceed for combo's sake, and revive back our Mermere. Now that we have the Mermere, we can use its effect 3 times to summon out 3 tokens. The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to activate the effect of our Ashuna, banishing itself from the graveyard to summon out any level 4 Tenyi from our deck. Whatever missing Tenyi we have is the one we are going to summon. So we are going to summon our Nahata, since we already have the Chithana in graveyard. Next, we are going to link summon into our Sahasrara. And then we are going to synchro summon into our Draco Berserker. So, off of any copy of a Tenyi monster that isn't your Ashuna and Vessel of the Dragon Cycle, we're able to summon the Tenyi Spirit Sahasrara and the Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. And since we control the token, Sahasrara prevents our effect monsters from being targeted for attacks or with card effects. So in addition to that, we're also going to be able to make a token whose attack is going to be equal to any target monster we choose. So off just those 3 cards, we're able to end with this board. So the Draco is going to banish any monster that activates its effect, and our Sahasrara is going to protect both the Sahasrara and the Draco Berserker. So that's the first combo. Let's move on to the next one. So this next combo is just a 2-card combo. It is Tenyi Spirit Ashuna plus Heavenly Dragon Circle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to special summon our Ashuna to our side of the field. Then we are going to link into our Monk of the Tenyi to make our Monk. Next, we are going to activate the effect of our Ashina, banishing itself. Now you can grab whichever Tenyi you want here. I personally like to grab the Chthana, just in case they are able to out our Berserker. So we are going to summon the Chthana. Next, we are going to link into the Shaman. Sometimes I like to make Adhara as well, depending on what the rest of my hand is looking like. And then we are going to use the effect of our Shaman of the Tenyi, discarding the Heavenly Dragon Circle, and special summoning back our Chthana. Next up, we are going to link into our Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. And then preference for me is to grab the Counter Trap, just because I like to grab the Chthana, which can protect the Berserker. But it really just depends on what you already have. So if you already have the Counter Trap, then you just grab the Field Spell. But I personally like the Counter Trap. I feel like it has more interaction with our opponent's plays. So, 2 cards, you end up with a 3k beater that if they destroy, you're going to summon back and pop a card, and a Omni Negate. So pretty solid, very consistent. All you need is the Ashina and the Heavenly Dragon Circle. So our next combo is actually going to be a going second combo. So we are going to need any Tenyi monster and Vessel for the Dragon Cycle. This is going to give you 4 removal options. So, first thing you need to do is summon out the Tenyi monster. Then you're going to link it off into Monk. And now for the follow-up play, we're going to activate Vessel. So if you already had the Chthana, you're going to send the Ashina. And if you already had the Ashina, you are going to send the Chthana. So we send the Ashina from deck to graveyard. And then we are going to add the Adhara from deck to hand. Next, we are going to use the Ashina effect to summon out our Vishuddha from deck. Next up, we're going to summon out the Adhara, Synchro 8 into our Baxia. Now we get to use the Baxia effect. Since we use 2 different attributes, we get to shuffle back 2 cards into the deck. Go ahead and let the bot play through its thing. So we would normally shuffle 2 cards back, but they resolve the token card. But it's good for us because we get to show off the more removal that this deck has. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to activate the effect of the Baxia to destroy our Monk of the Tenyi. And then we are going to summon back our Adhara. So once we summon the Adhara, it's going to trigger our Chthana effect and summon back the Monk of the Tenyi. And then since we summon the Monk, we get to destroy another card. The next thing we can do here is we can actually use the Vishuddha to bounce a card on the field. But first, what I like to do is I like to make our Shaman. I like to make a second copy of Monk, sorry. And then use the Adhara, banishing itself, to add back our Ashuna. It doesn't really matter which one you add back. But Ashuna's probably... Ashuna or Shithana, it doesn't really matter. Shithana for protection, Ashuna for follow-up. And then we can make the Tenyi Shaman. Next up, we can activate the effect of the Shaman of the Tenyi, discarding our Ashuna, and summoning back our monk. Then we can use the effect of our Vishuddha to spin back a token. Now you can make either of the level Link 3s here, but I don't play the other Link 3 in this deck. So instead, we're just going to make Berserker. But there you have it, 4 to 5 removals right from just those cards. Just from Vessel, any Tenyi gets you to remove 4 to 5 cards from your opponent's board and get in 5,300 damage. Like I said, I don't personally play the other Tenyi Link monster, but you can opt to play it if you want that 5th removal. I really have never needed it, so I prefer to be able to make the vanilla and then be able to recycle it with the Shithana, or be able to follow up next turn with the Ashuna, or if we have the card to follow up, like with our Fists of the Unrivaled Tenyi or the Field Spell. It just really depends on your personal preference. But that is the going second combo that I really enjoy in this deck. So those were the combos, guys, and I really enjoy playing Tenyi. I'm sure everyone is excited as I am to have our Sword Soul engine come to Master Duel. But in the meantime, I've really been personally enjoying the pure variant. I've tried a version where I ran Skill Drain instead of Mirror and Parallel Exceeds, and that version was okay, but this build has been super fun for me personally. I also have a Synchro build coming your guys' way here pretty shortly. That is going to be my featured deck next week. But this deck is absolutely so much fun to play, y'all. I haven't had so much fun with the deck to play in such a long time, especially on Master Duel. I've been playing a lot of the same stuff, except for Prank Kids, but mostly just Prank Kids, Eldritch, Sky Striker. This deck kind of gives me a break from playing those super meta decks and still being able to break boards and prevent your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But let's get into the updated deck profile for you guys. So first off, we have 3 copies of Tenyi Spirit Adhara. Adhara is your level 1 tuner and your main synchro material, and also one of your main combo pieces. 3 copies of Maxi, 3 copies of Ash, not much to say there. 1 copy of Shithana, 1 copy of Mapura, 1 copy of Nahata. The level 4s are basically just extra protection pieces. This card will help you prevent your non-effect monsters from being targeted. This card will help you swing over Eldritch by reducing your opponent's monster's attack by 1,500 without targeting too, which sometimes that comes up a lot. And then the Shithana allows you to special summon back your non-effect monsters that are destroyed, while also destroying your opponent's monsters. Next up, we have the 1 copy of Mermare. Mermare just gives you access to Appaloosa. It gives you access to making a lot of stuff. Like if you choose to summon the Mermare off of Yazi, you can choose to make the Appaloosa instead of making your Sahasrah, but most of the time you end up making Sahasrah. Next up, we have 3 copies of Tenyi Spirit Vishuddha, another card that is just going to help you break boards while also being a level 7 for synchro material. Next up, we have the Tenyi Spirit Ashuna. Ashuna is just the best Tenyi. It summons any Tenyi from deck and then locks you into worms for the rest of the turn. Next up, we have Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed is going to summon itself as a level 4 while also summoning a level 4, while also summoning another copy of itself from the deck. And then next up, we have 3 copies of Pot of Desires. This is just my personal tech choice, since we run so many 3-ofs and we can run through and grab our 1-ofs pretty fast in this deck and pretty quickly. The only thing that ever really hurts is banishing the Mermare, but even then you're not really too worried about it. Next up, we have 1 copy of Foolish Burial Goods, just to be able to send the Heavenly Dragon Circle from deck to grave, and also being able to use the Heavenly Circle to add any Tenyi card from deck to hand. 3 copies of Vessel for Dragon Cycle. It is just a better Foolish Burial. I was running Foolish in here and 2 Desires, but I was just missing it too much. I've thought about cutting Parallel Exceed a lot lately. It does really win a lot of games, though, especially Baguska, but it's not as good as I want it to be in the Eldritch matchup. So you could just opt to cut the Parallel Exceed and run more consistency cards, or run cards like Infinite Impermanence or Evenly Matched, anything that you feel you like. But I personally really enjoy Parallel Exceed just because it makes the Baguska and also gives us access to Synchro Summoning level 8s with Mermere. Next up, Flawless Protection of the Tenyi. It's a 1-of because we can search it and it protects our non-effect monsters while also kind of putting a bottleneck on our opponent, because we're going to get to draw 2 cards if they summon an effect monster. 2 copies of Called by the Grave and 2 copies of Crossout Designator. This is just to stop our opponent from interrupting our combo with those pesky Maxis and Ash Blossoms. Next up, 3 copies of Heavenly Dragon Circle. I bumped this up to 3 because you just really want to see it for your main combo, and then also being able to chain it and tribute to add any worm monster from deck to hand, and if we tribute a non-effect monster, we get to special summon that worm monster, which sometimes has just been a big booty Tenyi monster preventing our opponent from attacking us. I went down to 2 copies of Fists of the Unrivaled Tenyi. Yes, this card is incredible, as you guys saw in a lot of my matches, but 2 is just fine. We search it plenty, and opening up with it sometimes just isn't as strong as I want it to be, so 2 has just been pretty perfect. Next up, we have the 1 copy of Vanity's Emptiness. It's emptiness. The card's it's incredible. It's insane. I can't believe it's legal. Next up, we have 1 copy of Yazi. This is for going second. If we happen to draw the Ash Blossom, or 2 copies of Ash Blossom, and didn't use the Ash Blossom on our opponent's turn, we can opt to Synchro Summon into this, destroy itself, and destroy an opponent's card, and then summon Mermere and do our regular Mermere play. That, and it's more removal. Speaking of removal, Baxia, as you guys saw in the combo, just a really important card for the deck. Draco Berserker of the Tenyi, again, super important. 1 copy of Baguska, 1 copy of Link Spider and Link Karibo. This is just so that when we have our Mermere, we can link off the Link Spider we can link off one of the tokens into Link Spider, and then link the token and Link Spider into Lan, and then link the last token off into Link Karibo, and then link the Karibo, the Lan, and the Mermere into our Appaloosa. 3 copies of Monk of the Tenyi. It's the best Link monster in the deck. 1 copy of Lan, 1 copy of Shaman, 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, 1 copy of Berserker, 1 copy of Appaloosa, and 1 copy of Sahasrah. So that's it for the deck profile, y'all. I really have enjoyed playing this version for as long as I have, but this new version that I have coming to you guys is spicy. Y'all are really going to enjoy it, especially the Sword Soul players. But without further ado, make sure you guys hit that like button and smash the subscribe button. Make sure you guys are telling your friends. Thank you again for supporting the channel. I can't believe how much it's been growing in just the short amount of time Master Duel has been out. So yeah, that's been Gores, signing off.